Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. So we're going to react to how do NBA stars keep getting away with this? Without further ado, let's check this out.
Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of. Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar, and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of again. Thank you, man.
This is the biggest dilemma in the NBA today. It's not the inconsistent reffing, it's not that sports betting is taking over the sport, it's how every time a superstar demands a trade, all hell breaks loose.
Facts.
Do you think Harden has dirt on Morey? Do you think when he signed that small 2-year deal in Philly, they had an under-the-table agreement that he'd get paid much more when it expires? And Morey didn't give it to him and that's why he's mad? I don't know, but it's happened before. Do you also remember a few years back the whole Anthony Davis saga? His agent had this plan of basically forcing the Pelicans to trade him or else he'll sit out every single game. And it worked. He got his trade demand fulfilled and everything worked out for him. The same with Ben Simmons. He sat out an entire year until he got traded.
It's getting out of hand.
It was these situations that were supposed to be fixed in the latest collective bargaining agreement, which was signed by the NBA committee and the player representatives in April of 2023. However, from the looks of it, nothing has changed. Every single time a star player requests a trade, now I expect them to sit out until their demands are met. If you have an unhappy star, the organization is basically bending to your will, cause if you can sit out and refuse to play for your employer, what can they do about it? They can fine you, but they still need you to play for ticket sales and to—
Don't put Kyrie in this, sir. Don't put Kyrie in this. Don't put Kyrie in this. They made him sit out. They made him sit out. Don't put Kyrie in this, sir.
to help your team win. Anyway, how's it going, folks? My name's Andy, and today let's take a look at how some recent superstar trade demands have detrimentally affected the league. But at the same time, is it really bad for the league? Is this an issue that Adam Silver really wants to fix?
She should.
Or is all this drama a good thing from their perspective?
It's only good for publicity.
Let's first talk about the James Harden situation. I feel like with Harden, he's been at the center of these conversations for years now. Back in Houston, he tried to force a trade too, but I feel like there was some justification back then. Plus, he didn't actually sit out any games. He still suited up and he still played. Even in Brooklyn, when he requested another trade, he still gave it his all when he did play. It's not like his situation was the same as Kyrie's, who basically gave up on the team.
He did.
This time, however, it's different. Reportedly, it looks like he doesn't want anything to do with his team anymore. I've never seen him openly blast someone in public, let alone Daryl Morey, a major reason why he wanted to come to Philly in the first place. In a speech, he called him a liar and he'll never be a part of the organization that he is a part of anymore. Now, it's still yet to be confirmed why this relationship has soured, but there's been a lot of speculation. Justin Grasso, a Philly reporter, put it nicely. Quote, "The Sixers, who had all the leverage in negotiations with Harden, didn't seem to feel a max contract was necessary. Disappointed with the outcome, Harden decided to accept his player option for the 2023-24 season and follow the move with a trade request. I assume Morey promised Harden that he would be in line for the max, but due to his shaky performance in the recent playoffs, the team backtracked on this promise.
Harden was solid in the playoffs. I don't get what people are talking about. Harden was solid. It was Embiid that didn't show up. Embiid played like ass in that Boston series. James Harden actually showed up.
I mentioned, it's been heavily speculated that they had a handshake agreement or under-the-table deal that promised Harden the max after he gave up a lot of money in his current, smaller deal. That's why he signed it in the first place, because maybe he was in line for something bigger. Honestly, in reality, I would not pay Harden the max either at this stage of his career. Now, it's been reported that Harden plans to skip the Sixers training camp, and he doesn't want to play for Philly anymore. Chances are he'll be sitting out. What makes this look even worse is that this was shortly after he opted into his $36 million player option. So Harden basically took the money and plans to not play for the team at all until his trade request is met. I mean that's kind of crazy. We've seen players refuse to play, but opting in and then doing it severely damages their team even more. Knowing you have this much money tied up on a guy who isn't playing, with Harden also being on the expiring last year of his deal due to his player option, you can't even get much back for him either. Considering Philly's current goal is to build around Embiid, having a situation like this pop up, this is a huge setback. Earlier in this video, I mentioned that the new collective bargaining agreement didn't exactly fix any of these issues. If a player wants to sit out and force a trade, they can still do so. The thing is, I actually think the NBA loves this stuff. They loved it when Kevin Durant signed with Golden State. They loved it when LeBron joined Miami. And they love it whenever a superstar gets traded to a new team. All that drama that comes with it, it's all over the headlines. It generates more interest in the NBA. Believe it or not, people like to watch sports for the drama. And the NBA is the biggest soap opera of all major sports.
No, the fuck we don't.
So as bad...
No, the fuck we don't. We don't like to watch it for the drama off the court. We like to watch it for the drama on the court. We like to see the rivalries and the brawls and shit like that. You know, back in the 80s when the Pistons used to beat everybody up, that used to be some good television, bro. Larry Bird versus Magic Johnson. That rivalry, that was some good basketball. No, don't nobody care about this off-season drama shit. You really think us as fans want to see somebody like Ja Morant walking around with guns, Zion out here fucking around with porn stars, and then all these fucking players that get upset with their contracts with these teams? Come on, man. We don't want to see all that. Bro, some of us fans like continuity, bro. Some of us don't want to see players in bad lights, bro. It's only good for clicks. It's only good for clicks on certain websites. Don't nobody really care about this shit, bro. As a real basketball fan, I want to see the drama on the court. I want to see if this person don't like this person, they go at it. He gonna give you 30, the other guy gonna give you 40. That's the type of drama we like. Not this nonsense and this social media bullshit that we living in now. This shit is out of hand.
Bad as it is for the teams who have to deal with a discontent star, it's a huge boon to the popularity of the sport because it gets people talking about it. It gets people to want to tune.
It gets everybody their views. It's like as a YouTuber, yeah, this would get us views. But as a fan, I'm not really trying to. As a fan, if he don't play for my team or he not asking to request a trade to the team that I fuck with, then I don't give two shits, bro. For real, like I don't give a fuck about Damian Lillard right now. He had all the time in the world to leave. He waited till now to leave, and now there ain't nowhere he can go. That's his dumbass decision.
Tune in. All the major news and media, they jump on it because we want to hear what they have to say. So maybe the NBA doesn't want to fix this problem because in their eyes, it's not a problem if it improves their business. Though with all the talk about Harden, I think the star of the summer is Damian Lillard. Now, he's in a completely different situation. For his entire career, he's preached loyalty. He's went on talk shows, he's done dozens of interviews over the years saying the
fucking
same
hypocrite
thing.
now.
Dame wanted to establish a legacy in Portland, and when somebody thinks of the Blazers, he wants his face to be the one people think of first. This summer though, his entire perception has changed. We thought Dame was content with staying in Portland even if they don't win, but as he got older, he realized that he wants to have a chance to compete for the title.
Look, we told this nigga 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, leave, nigga, while the field is still available for you to leave. Now the field ain't available for you to leave. You stuck around too long. That's your fault, dumbass boy.
Wanted the Blazers to trade the number 3 pick and use it to get somebody who can help immediately. And when he didn't get his way, he demanded a trade. His preferred destination? Miami. On one hand, one might have the perspective of giving Lillard the benefit of the doubt. He's been in Portland for 11 seasons after all. Perhaps the Blazers would honor this trade request and throw him a bone. The issue is, Dame only wants to go to one team, so this painfully limits the Blazers in their options. They got like no leverage at all. We don't know the full extent of these conversations that these two teams had, but we do know the Heat offered something like 3 first-round picks and Tyler Hero. The picks don't mean much, since if they do get Dame, the Heat will be contenders for a few years, and those picks will be in the 20s, late first-rounders. And the Blazers already have young talent they want to develop at the guard spots, so Hero is not a player who entices them. The point is, the Blazers don't like the Heat's offer, but because Dame made it clear he will not go anywhere else but Miami, this puts them in such an awkward situation. Sources close to Lillard even claimed he would not report to training camp if he was traded to any other team besides.
Look, man, it's at this point, bro, where it's like, look, you just gotta tell Dame this. Look, either you gonna play, either you gonna suit up and play, or you can catch these fines for the rest of the season, bro. Because we can fine you for the rest of the season, bro.
Miami. Yikes. As expected, Lillard tanked his entire reputation within the span of a few days. I haven't seen anyone go from loved to hated this quickly since Kevin Durant back in 2016. I don't even blame Lillard specifically. It's his agent and the people close to him sending these tips to the reporters. Organizations should do what's best for them and not cater to any one specific player, even if he's your franchise star.
Not at all.
But if they don't trade Lillard, they'll end up keeping a disgruntled superstar, even though they want to rebuild and develop their young guys. On the bright side, Lillard did mention if he doesn't get traded to Miami, he would prefer to remain in Portland and will report to training camp. So at least he's handling it better than Harden. The other major transaction this offseason was Bradley Beal to Phoenix. Unlike the others, Beal had the notable advantage of having a no-trade clause in his contract. The only player in the whole league with a no-trade clause.
Damn.
This naturally gave him a huge impact over the Wizards' decisions. If they try to trade him to a team he doesn't want to go to, then he'll just veto the trade. While this might look bad like the other situations, it's not. This is how the no-trade clause was designed to work. It's meant to give power to the player. It gives the player all the leverage in the world. The bigger question is, what in the hell were the Wizards thinking by giving him a no-trade clause in the first place? But they did get rid of Beal's albatross of a contract, so they can finally start rebuilding. For guys like Harden, Lillard, Kyrie, Ben Simmons, Anthony Davis, these demands in recent years have put a bad reputation in how the league handles stuff like this. But you can't deny that it generates more interest when players move to a different team.
I don't get why you keep putting Kyrie in this.
Quote, you want
They
to
didn't
find
want
the right
him there.
balance. You want, obviously, players to honor their contracts, and at the same time, a certain amount of player movement is good. Multiple stars, including Durant and Kyrie, have encouraged the freedom of movement philosophy. When you work as hard as I do or anyone else in a specific profession, I feel like you should have the liberty and the freedom to go where you're wanted, where you're celebrated, and where you feel comfortable. As much as it hurts their teams, you can't deny it brings in higher viewership and ratings for the league as a whole, and the players obviously like having the power to choose where they want to go. I'm sure Blazers fans or Sixers fans and their respective front offices, they're on edge. Anyway, that's all folks. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think the NBA should step in and do something about this? I feel like if they wanted to, they could have, but maybe at this point, they like these situations. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and of course, as always, I'll see you next time. Peace.
Well, it is what it is at this point. The league ain't gonna do nothing about it. It's just gonna keep getting worse from here, and niggas ain't gonna be watching basketball, man, because it's like you can't root for a team no more, man. The early 2000s and the 90s, bro, those were the golden years of basketball, bro. Because it's like every team had a star. Every team has somebody you could root for. Now everybody's just teaming up, and then it's like a collective is just on one team now. and then everybody else is rebuilding with a rookie or a 2-year guy or a 3-year guy who's pretty solid but has a trash team around him. So it's like it's hard to root for anybody these days because ain't no such thing as loyalty no more. Which I understand, but at the same time, it's like ain't no balance in the league no more. It is what it is, though. Anyway, so I'll see y'all in the next video. Till then, peace out.